What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode 6 of Cooking with Glenn. Now, I know it's been about 6 months since I've done a video for this little mini-series of mine, and for a while now, people have been wondering when I was going to bring it back, and I felt like today was as good of a time as ever. I'm home alone, I got the kitchen to myself, and plus for a lot of us Christians out there, it's Lent, which means no meat on Friday. And with meat being such a huge staple in the normal American diet these days, I figured a lot of people were going to be looking for alternatives as to what they could make today for dinner. So today, we're going to cook up a thing I picked up, Alaskan salmon burgers by Trident. Now I know these are frozen burgers. People are probably, already getting angry thinking how good can they be because they're frozen. Well, we're going to find out. I also realized I don't have any buns and I don't feel like running out to get buns. So we're going to go a little old school with this. And I'm going to be using some honey wheat bread for my buns. And, I figure it'll do the job. Now, let's look at these salmon burgers before I start cooking them up. Now, it says they're seasoned with garlic, pepper, and garden herbs. They're caught in Alaska, made from whole fillets by American fishermen. 13 grams of protein, 110 calories, only 6 grams of fat, 35 milligrams of sodium. And they're made with pink and or keta salmon, water, vegetable oil, soy protein concentrate, onion, sea salt, potato extract, garlic powder, mustard flour, white pepper, beet juice for color, and lemon juice for concentrate. Now, overall, those ingredients aren't too terrible. The nutritional facts actually look really good for you compared to the stuff I usually make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to move the camera over, hoping to give you guys an angle of me cooking that you've never seen before. And we're going to try this out. So, through the power of editing, this is going to be set up in just a couple seconds, and we're going to be ready to go. Alright guys, so I just turned on the stove. I have my frying pan getting a little heated. Threw some olive oil on that. Let me close that. Now, let's take one of the burgers out of the packages, obviously, because how am I going to make a salmon burger if the burger stays in the package? Luckily, they just kind of, the package is easily rippable. And overall, this burger looks like a regular sized burger, or like a chicken patty. So we're going to let that get heated up. In the meantime, I figured I might as well throw 2 pieces of this bread into the toaster. You guys aren't going to be able to see that, but, I figure you guys can use your imagination as to what toasting bread looks like. So that's what we're going to do right now. And for other ingredients I'm planning on using here today, I figured let's spice things up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little bit of Gold's horseradish on this burger, as well as some nice sharp cheddar cheese, and of course the staple I always go to, we're going to be using some ketchup. I figured that'll add a nice little flavor. Let's make sure this is open, and it's not, which is good that I checked that, because that would have been embarrassing if I was trying to put ketchup on my burger in this video and no ketchup was coming out, because that's one of the easiest things someone can do, and it would have been an absolute fail. So, my burger's on here. It's getting warm. Normally, I'm not a big fan of fish, but I figured, as I mentioned, this will be a nice little alternative video and a little bit of a healthier video, because you guys, if you look at all my previous videos I've ever done for this series, I'm not the healthiest of eaters, so this is going to be a little intriguing little, trial to see if I don't like this. I've had salmon burgers in the past. They're quite different. They're quite good, usually. But like I said, I'm not a big fish guy. So we're going to see how this one turns out. Now let me move this stuff out of the way while this bad boy cooks. Now, as you can see, I definitely put too much oil on this pan, which hopefully I can just scrape that off into the sink a little bit. Now I know this looks probably terrible, but I don't need oil splashing on me as I'm doing this and burning myself. Now, as I was saying, salmon's an interesting fish to cook. I mean, I figure I'm not really good with fish temperatures, but I'm going to cook this as I would any other burger, just for the sheer fact that I expect it to get a little, I guess you could say, crispy on the outside, like a brownish, so you can tell it's cooked. However, you don't want to burn it. You kind of still want that pinkness to it, so that you know you're still eating salmon. Now, I believe my bread should be nice and toasted, which it is. I'm going to get myself a plate. I'm going to throw that on there. Move this over here to the side. We're going to get a nice piece of sharp cheddar going. Now, the one thing I love about this sharp cheddar is it doesn't come in your normal size slices. Like, the way it's cut from the loaf is super, super big, which is cool. I'm going to put this on the bread for now, but I'm going to get it melted onto the salmon burger when it's ready to be cooked. Now, you can hear that crackling a little bit. The burger itself is getting very soft now. You guys can see. You probably can't tell. It probably looks exactly how it looked from when I put it on, minus like ice crystals. But it's definitely giving off that really fishy smell, which I'm not really that big of a fan of. But it's not terrible. Now while I wait, I'm going to throw a little bit of this horseradish on to the salmon burger, which I expect I'm going to need a fork to do. Well, I'm going to put it on the bread. I'm not going to put it on the salmon burger. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to need this fork just to scrape this out because it looks like the horseradish does have some juice to it, which I'm going to try to drain a little bit. And I love horseradish. It's really spicy. It's the Polish India, I want to say. And the funny thing with horseradish is you don't need to put a lot on whatever you're using it on, because it'll go straight to your nose. But it's delicious nonetheless. Now, this bad boy looks like it's actually almost done. The one side's definitely cooked. It's getting that nice little crispy texture. You guys can see in the video. Got your little, almost like your pan marks on it, but you know it's getting cooked. And you kind of want that on both sides of the burger, just so you know it's fully cooked through. I'm not really sure if salmon's one of those fish that you can eat raw. I mean, I assume it is. A lot of fish you can eat raw. You kind of just want to make sure all the parasites are killed out, which I expect. I mean, this was probably already checked for that before it even hit packaging. But guys, if you can answer that question for me as I make this, can you eat salmon raw? Leave that in the comments below. And yeah, I'd like to know that answer. The one side of this burger, actually, that looked more or less like uncooked, looks more cooked than the other side now, which is weird, but we're going to keep flipping this bad boy over. Moving it side to side, make sure it's cooked. Another question for you guys while this is cooking. What other fish do you like to eat? Or what other Lent alternatives for meat do you guys normally get? I know growing up, because I really want to eat fish, we always did pizza on Fridays. That seems to be a norm. At least I think it is. Maybe that's weird, but, answer that question for me, guys. I really wish, actually, what I would love to have had on here was throw some jalapenos on here. Or, like, some avocado. I feel like that would taste good with salmon. Or actually, what would be good? Like a chipotle mayo. That would probably taste delicious on top of this. But I figure I'm going to prepare this like I prepare a lot of my fish, which is almost so that you don't know it's fish. I know when I used to work at the sub shop, every Friday we used to have breaded flounder and beer battered cod, and I would make subs out of that. But I would have to disguise it so much like a sub that I would feel like I was eating chicken. I would throw like lettuce, tomato, onion, mayo, ketchup, cheese, and stuff on it. That was the only way you can get me to eat it. Alright, so basically this side looks like it's almost done. I'm going to throw that cheese on there, let it melt a little bit. It's actually melting really quick, which is why I'm going to turn my flame to off. This burger is definitely done cooking. Definitely just want to let that cheese melt a little bit, because, you know, partially melted cheese is never cool. It's either it has to be melted or not, and partially melted just gives it a really awkward complexion, in my opinion. So I'm going to put the burger itself right on the horseradish. Then we're going to put the ketchup on top of the burger, because, I mean, that's how I do. And voila, guys. You don't want to put too much ketchup, because I know when I take this bite for you to tell you guys how it is, the ketchup's going to splatter everywhere. Now, as you can see, it's a nice basic salmon burger, horseradish, sharp cheddar cheese, my honey wheat bread as my buns, and some ketchup. Now, here's the question for all of you that we're going to find out. Does this taste good? Well, here we go. This is actually really, really good. Yeah, guys. This tastes delicious. I know, like I said, I was skeptical of how this was going to taste, just because I'm not a fish guy. And I shouldn't be talking with my mouth full, so give me 1 second. But Trident has definitely done a good job seasoning these salmon fillets to the point where they're just absolutely delicious. I might make myself another one after this. I'm very happy. The horseradish isn't coming off too spicy. The cheese and the ketchup complement the burger perfectly, along with the pre-seasoned spices. The spices that were already pre-seasoned into the burger. Overall, this came out really good. It's delicious. I would definitely recommend, guys, if you're looking for that Lent meat alternative, go check out some salmon burgers. I don't know who else makes them but Trident, but if you find the Trident ones, I recommend them. They're delicious. Yeah, guys, that's what's for dinner today. And that's going to conclude episode 6 of Cooking with Glenn. Today we made a delicious salmon burger. Give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel. Go check out all the other Cooking with Glenn episodes if you've never seen them before. Or if you have, just for old time's sake. See how much the quality of this video has changed. I'm giving you different angles now. Maybe we'll make this series go on again. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. Go make yourself a salmon burger and have a delicious night.